All right. Well, I am so sorry. This is a little new. So, for some reason, I couldn't figure out how to start it out. So, here we go. So, I'm Cheryl. I am going to be doing a biofield tuning session for those of you who are new and maybe not understand what's going on. We're going to be doing a biofield tuning session. It is a energy modality that is used that Eileen McCusick is created, and it uses tuning forks. So I have weighted tuning forks like this, and then I have the unweighted tuning forks, which these are probably what you're more familiar with. The weighted tuning forks, there's a vibration. For the unweighted tuning forks, you're going to be able to hear it. I will demonstrate the weighted tuning forks. You probably can't hear them. I am putting them right next to the microphone, but you probably can't hear them. I can feel them, and I can hear a very slight sound. But when I put them to my ears, they're much louder. So this is basically for relaxation, but you can use it for a lot of other things. I noticed that some people have problems with digestion, but after they've done a biofield tuning session, it actually helps them with their digestion. If you have constipation, it helps you move things along. If you don't have constipation and you have other issues, then it kind of slows it down and makes it more solid. So there's, depending on what your body needs, that's what it's going to do. So what we do is I use the tuning forks, and I have a massage table here, and I'm just imagining that you're going to be here, and we're going to move the Earth Star. Now, your Earth Star is between your ankles, usually is where it stays, and then we kind of move it down a bit to where it's about 6 to 12 inches away from your body. So that we think of that as our negative port. Like, think of your body as a battery. Negative not meaning bad, just negative as like a battery. There's positive and negative. So we pull that down to make sure that we're grounded. Then we go to do the same thing at the top of the head, and we move it up to make sure that our positive port is anchored where it needs to go. And again, it's about 6 to 12 inches, depending on what your body needs. Then after that, I use a pendulum, and I take that around your body, and we see where it needs to go. Now, because you are not here, I am imagining a whole bunch of people here all at once, and I am getting a collective, I don't know when I say reading, but a collective consensus over what needs to happen. And that's how I do that. All right. So if you've never done this before, I will always ask you to breathe, to take some deep breaths. Make sure that we're breathing correctly. A lot of times people are going to take a deep breath in and you raise your shoulders, or you take your chest out and in. This is where you need to go. It needs to go out and in. So let's take a deep breath in. In and out again. Let's do it one more time. All right, just those 3 breaths allows me to relax a bit, and I'm hoping that that helps you as well. We are going to use the unweighted tuning fork. This is a 174. And we're just moving it down where it needs to go. Okay, I feel a lot of heaviness in the fork itself. Maybe all it's going to go. All right. Now I'm waiting for that sound to be consistent. All right. That sounds like a nice tone. I always like to make sure that there are 3 sounds before we move on. 3 consistent sounds. Okay, that was a little harsh. So we're waiting. We're going to wait a little bit. The tones that I hear may be different than what you hear. It may be a little loud. If it's too loud, go ahead and turn it down. If it's too much for you, move your phone away from you or the computer, or step away, or however you need to do it. Okay, so I'm not getting a consistent sound yet, so we'll, again, like I said before, we kind of wait until we get 3 consistent sounds the same. Okay, that was a nice tone. The fork is a lot lighter than it was before too, so I'm thinking that things are moving where they need to move. Okay, 2 nice sounds. Let's see if we can do a third one. All right, so 3 nice sounds. Now I'm imagining it going through your body. You may feel some sensations, you may not. Sometimes people see colors. Sometimes they feel it in their body. Sometimes they don't feel anything. Sometimes it's just a relaxing sound. I'm feeling it in my throat right now and in my right shoulder. Okay. Two nice sounds. We'll see if we can do a third one. Okay. Now that we've done 3 sounds and they sound consistent, now what we're going to do is imagine that going all the way down into the ground. Getting that completely grounded. 2 lovely sounds. Waiting for a third. Okay. 3 lovely sounds. Now we're going to go up to the top. So you may not see me, but I'll be up at the top corner there. And I'm going to be working on your sun star, which is right above your head. We'll start right around your hairline and move it up. Again, you may be able to feel it, you may not. Okay, now we've moved it. Now we're going to make sure that we have a consistent sound before we move on. We're stabilizing that. Okay, 2 lovely sounds. We'll see if we can do a third one. Okay, that one was a little quieter, so we're not quite ready to move on. If you hear any noise, it's my dog rolling around in the carpet. Okay, I'm feeling a little bit of tightness in my chest right now. Okay. The sound is not as bright as it was before, so I'm going to make sure that we're consistent. That was a much brighter sound. Still feel it in my chest. 2 sounds that sound lovely. Okay, now we're going to create a bridge. We're going to work together. We're a team. Okay, the first sound was lovely. The second one was a harsh, and now it's kind of a dull sound. So we're going to wait. Got to get that consistency. Okay, lovely sound. Wait until we get one more lovely sound. Okay, now we're going to imagine it going down through your body, coming up from the top of your head, going all the way down your body, out and around your biofield. Again, I'm feeling it in my chest. It's interesting that we had, when I was doing the Earth star, it was more around my throat. Here, it's more in my heart area. All right. We're waiting until we get that consistency. Okay. All right. 2 lovely sounds. We're waiting for a third. Okay. 3 lovely sounds. Now we're going to go all the way up to the sun, connecting, making sure that battery is nice and tight where it needs to go. Okay, that lovely sound. I can hear all the different harmonics in that. I don't know if you can or not, but it's sounding lovely. Okay, that one was not as bright. Okay, now I'm feeling the vibrations in my legs. That's usually giving me enough indication that things are moving where they need to be moving. And there's 2 lovely sounds. Hopefully we got a third one coming. All right. So now I'm going to use the pendulum. Usually I use it right in front of the camera here, but I'm going to go ahead and, use it over here. So I'm just imagining you here. So we're going to go around our feet. And the feet, I don't know if you can tell, but the pendulum is going in a circle, and that means that everything is where it needs to go. So now we're going to go up to the knee. The knee is a straight line. So this is the right side and the left side. So the right side is where we need to start on the knee. Now let's go to the root. the sacral. Sacral slowing down a bit. Okay. There's a line here. It's a line on the right sacral. Okay. Solar plexus. That's a circle. Heart. That is slowing down a bit. So let's see what we need to do here. That is a line. That is a stop. Okay, so that's the right side of the heart. Let's do the throat. The throat looks good. Third eye looks good. And the crown looks good. So we've got 3 areas, and I'm going to put some stones over there so we know. We're going to take 3 areas. We're going to take the right knee, and you're going to hear my dog barking. So we're going to take the right knee, the right sacral, and the right side of the heart. So let's look. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, so we're looking at the right side, doing a lot on the right side today. So the right side of the knee, we've been working on this for a while. Challenges with moving forward, confusion, and obstacles. Okay. And the next one is guilt and shame. That's the sacral. And then the right heart is saying yes when meaning no, caretaking, and accommodating. So all of these is what we're going to work on. We'll work on one at a time. And each time as we go through it, we will stop and see if it's cleared. Okay? So for those of you who have not done this one before, what we do is I go out about 6 feet, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do quite 6 feet. It'll probably be closer to 4 feet, 4 feet away. And as we come in to your body, we're picking up all of the energy that's in your biofield. So whenever you have an emotion, let's say you're crying, say you were crying. So all of those emotions go out into the biofield, and that emotion is stuck out there. So what I'm doing is I'm going to take the tuning fork, and we're taking it like a magnet, and we're kind of moving that energy all the way back into your body. Not so that you can feel that sadness again, but we transform it and move it into your body so that your energy can be used more appropriately. Okay? Feelings are valid. All feelings are valid. So it's not saying that there's anything wrong with crying, but this is the way our bodies are meant to be. And a lot of times we don't allow those emotions. We've told that don't want to cry in front of people. Don't want to be too happy in front of people, because if other people are not so happy, we feel bad, I mean, it's a whole thing. Anyway, let's go ahead and work on the right side of the knee. So I'm over here, and I'd say I'm about 5 or 6 feet, but as we get a little bit closer, I may move this out a little bit. And that way we can get a little bit further. Okay, and then I'm going to come in, and then we'll work on it there. So I invite you to breathe deeply. Focus on your body. Focus on what sensations you're having in your body. Okay, so we're right out here in the outer edge of your biofield. And we're kind of like knocking on the door, ringing the doorbell, making sure that we can come in. So this area right here is out where your birth. Okay, so we're just kind of out in that outer edge. It can also be how your parents were. This is all on the right side, so this is more of a masculine side. So if there's any kind of energies there, that's usually from the father. And this is also the action, okay? Now the feminine is not saying that the feminine side just kind of sits and waits. They are more of a pull, where the masculine side is more of a push. Think of it that way. Okay? The sound on the outside edge, to me, sounds a little harsh. Okay, that energy is ready to move a little bit now. Not too fast, though. It moved for a little bit, but now we're still back where we were, not too far past where we were. Maybe there's some confusion in what the next step is. Maybe you feel that there's something in your way before you can move forward. Still feeling a lot of tightness in my chest and in my throat right now. Oh, and I forgot to say, if you need to wiggle. If you need to get up and move, that's perfectly fine. All of this is fine. There's sometimes that's what needs to happen in order to move through the energy. Sometimes you need a big sigh. Sometimes you may want to cough. All kinds of things. You may find some emotions that come up. All of these are valid. All of these are normal. There's nothing wrong with any of those things. Okay, so I'm about a foot away from your outer edge of the biofield right now. Still kind of in that, not quite gestation, but still in the younger ages. So the biofield is kind of like the rings on a tree. The closer you get to your body, the closer it is to your age. So a lot of times when we do a biofield tuning session, when it's personal, I stay a lot in the outside edge, because that is really where your body is saying we need some extra attention. You know, growing up and in that outer edge, sometimes that's where a lot of our memories and a lot of our emotions get really stuck. Okay, I'm feeling the vibrations a lot more. You may or may not be feeling them. One of my children can feel the vibrations in the body, and my other one is just very relaxed. So it just depends. Okay. All right, so we're about halfway through. So we're about 3 feet in. Okay, so we're about half your age right now. So depending on how old you are, that kind of will determine. And it seems like as a collective, the groups that I've been working with, the knee seems to be where we stop a lot. So there's a lot of changes happening right now with a lot of people. I know for me personally, I've left my job of almost 13 years. So that's been a bit of a challenge, starting something brand new. So I know personally that's makes sense to me. I also invite you to check out the links below. I have some links for a Biofield Tuning session, as well as a series, Biofield Tuning series. And I'm really looking forward to that one because that one was on fear. And that one has really helped me because, like I said, I've got a big transition happening right now with me. And normally I would be very anxious and very nervous about the next steps. And right now I feel like I know what needs to happen. And I'm not as anxious. I'm not going to say I'm not anxious, but I'm just saying that it has eased my mind and I'm not as fearful as I would have been. Right here, I'm feeling vibrations all throughout my body. This area is really heavy. Alrighty. So we're getting a little closer to your body. There we go. This area is very heavy. Sound is lovely. For just let me go right there. All right, so we're going to pour it back into your knee. So all of that energy that went through, we're moving it back into your body. And I'm burping, so that may mean that things are moving along too, and I apologize for doing that. Energy is always moving. And our emotions are energy in motion. So that makes sense that we're moving. So we've moved the energy that's out there. We've moved it. Now it's moving. We're moving it back into your body. And it just let me go there because there's no more out here and there's no more here. So we're going to do the next step. The next step is where we call it integration. So that sound is traveling up and down your body. We're imagining it going up and down your body. And I'm about 2 inches above your body right now, right above your right knee. And we're allowing that sound to travel. Okay? All right. Vibration is really strong here. So I'm feeling it in my back. I'm feeling it down my legs, both legs. Okay, it's almost done. I can feel it. It's getting lighter. Now, if you've never done this before, you may not understand what's going on, but the tuning fork, I have to be really careful on how I hold it. That tells me what I need to do, because right now it's like, okay, I thought it was ready to go, but it's not. It's real heavy right here. So we're right above your body, And what we want to do is we want to have it go all the way up out into your biofield. We're doing a balance here. So we want the sound to be in your body, but we also want it to be above your body. Okay? We want that happy balance. The yin, the yang, that kind of thing. That's what we're doing here. Okay, so I've done this several times and this doesn't feel like I'm letting go. So I'm going to use a different tuning fork. You're not going to be able to hear it. Okay, this one is the sonic slider. I'm putting it right by the microphone and you probably still can't hear it, but maybe you can. Okay, so I'm just going to move it above that area and I can feel the vibration, and then there's a stop. So with the weighted tuning forks, I wait for the vibration to slow down, where on the unweighted tuning forks, I'm waiting for the vibration to slow down. Meaning if it allows me to slow down and not be as heavy, that's when I'm allowed to move, or I should move on the weighted or unweighted tuning fork. The weighted tuning forks, I'm waiting for that little hiccup, that little stop. That's where I need to put more energy in. All right, so I'm feeling that as being much better. So let's try that. We're always wanting that consistency, and that's what we're doing. All right, much better. So now I can move that up a bit. Okay, and it's still kind of a little heavy right here, so I'm going to let it stay there. Here, I think that went. Oh, there we go. That was it. Okay. So that worked for the knee. So let's check and see how we're doing on the knee. So let's do the right knee. And now that is in a circle. So what I always like to do is I like to try and see if we're done. Because a lot of times, once I work on one area, the other two are not needed. So let's see. So we're doing the right sacral. And this is, I don't know if you can see that, but that is a circle as well. So that tells me while I was working on the right knee, the right sacral was getting the attention it needed as well. So let's go with the right heart. Let's see how that is. And that, I don't know if you can see that, but that is a circle as well. So we are essentially done. Now, if I were doing a biofield tuning for just one person, I probably would work on that. But since we're doing it as a collective and, it's kind of a mini one, it's not quite a mini one because this is a little over a half hour. So if you want a half hour session, I can give you a half hour session. I can give you an hour session. And like I said, we've got the ones on fear. The ones on fear, this series, it's 5 biofield tuning sessions between 33 minutes and 40 minutes. They are, that would normally be a $275 value. So that would be $275, but I have it for, I can't remember. It's either 44 or 55. I think it's 44. I'm not positive. I will link it down there. It's down there in the description. So hopefully, as I've got different prices for things. So depending on what you want, it will be a definitely worth the amount of time that you're going to be spending there. And also it is, you'll get an email. It'll have a link for the first one, and then every week you'll get another one. So it's so you don't watch it and do it all at once. Because if you're like me, that's the way I would do it, and it's not good to do it that way. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to do the closing. Now, what I do with the closing is I'm going to go around your body 8 times. 8 times. I'm going to go around your body 3 times. I'm going to make a figure 8 is what I meant to say. And then after I do that 3 times, then I'm going to go up and out. And this is where we release from one another. All right, so you're not going to hear this because this is a weighted tuning fork. We go around your body. There's 1. There's 2. And there's 3. And now we're going up, above, and out. And now the very last thing that we do is what's called a cocoon. And I go around your body twice. So we're going over top of your body. And then we're going to do it one more time. I'm imagining you on your stomach this time so I can go over your back. All right. So that is a shortened biofield tuning session. If you are interested, go ahead and link to the links below. I'm also on TikTok and Facebook. I'm on Instagram, but right now I don't understand a lot of Instagram, so excuse me. I don't know if I'm going to continue with that. I'll see. But right now, that's what I've got. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact me here or email me at Cheryl@soundabundance.com. Have a great night.